Matt Mercer finally reveals why he decided to step down as GM for Critical Role Campaign 4.
Forever DM no more!
Before we dive into Matt's reasons for handing the reins of Critical Role over to Brennan Lee Mulligan, why not take a second to hit those like and subscribe buttons to help us keep videos like this one coming? And then, let's find out why Matt decided to put down his DM screen and grab a character sheet for Campaign 4. The announcement that Matt Mercer would not be the Game Master for Critical Role Campaign 4 came as a huge shock to most of the Critter community, and while Matt did talk briefly about some of the reasons for this huge decision in an Instagram post later that day, citing his dream of actually playing with all of his friends as a character after 10 years of running their games as Critical Role's Forever DM, but in a new interview with Crispy's Tavern, the link to which we are including in the pinned comment below, Matt finally dived into some of the other big reasons he felt like Campaign 4 was the perfect time to step back from DMing and let Brennan take over, and he went pretty deep with some of his answers. The first big reason that Matt gave for stepping back was something we may all have suspected, but he finally confirmed: that the Critical Role cast, and Matt in particular, had gotten incredibly busy over the last 10 years, with Matt equating his role as Dungeon Master and Chief Creative Officer to having 3 full-time jobs at once, and with even more projects like the Mighty 9 Animated, the new Daggerheart releases, and even the Dispatch Animated series and Critical Role video game on the horizon, he was only getting busier and busier. And he admitted that while he wasn't quite burned out, he could feel that burnout coming, and he wanted to make a change before it was too late. So he decided to give what was often his biggest job, the never-ending task of world building and adapting his storylines and combat encounters and NPCs and all that stuff to the weekly adventures of a Critical Role campaign, to the one person he trusted to handle that task, Brennan Lee Mulligan, as a way of preventing the burnout he could feel creeping up on him after 10 years. Matt also mentioned that after 10 years and 3 campaigns exploring Exandria and trying to create new experiences and encounters for 3 different parties all in that same world, he was in danger of running into the world-building equivalent of writer's block. He phrased it as needing to step back and recharge his creative batteries, and let inspiration for new adventures and stories come to him while not trying to frantically keep up with the constant changes and shifts of an ongoing main campaign. Essentially, he said that his creative juices were starting to hit real lows, and he needed breathing room to step back and allow the inspiration to come to him on his own timetable, instead of having to constantly force it to keep up with the rigorous demands of running a main campaign. But the final reason for Matt Mercer's decision to step away may be the most surprising of all. Apparently, Brennan Lee Mulligan had been, in Matt's words, chomping at the bit to take the reins for a big world-building project with Critical Role, and they had been talking about this potential swap for some time. Brennan was apparently a much more active advocate for taking over the reins than we've heard before. And because he was, also in Matt's words, the one person Matt would trust to handle Critical Role, Matt decided to not only step back and let Brennan take the reins, but he also let him completely leave Exandria behind to totally free him creatively and let him escape all the baggage and the canon storylines that could have tied his hands had he set the campaign in Exandria yet again. Matt wanted to give Brennan the chance to truly create his own take on a full Critical Role main campaign, and stepping back and becoming a player while giving Brennan complete control of the world building and the GMing was the only way to make that happen. So much like Brennan created EXU Divergence as a love letter to Matt, it feels like Matt kind of one-up Brennan and returned the favor by handing Critical Role over to Brennan to show his complete love and trust in Brennan as a DM and a world builder. The entire interview over on Crispy's Tavern is well worth a watch, with them talking about everything from Matt's process as a Dungeon Master to his relationship with Marisha, so make sure you give that a look when you're finished, but first let us know your thoughts on Matt's reasons for stepping down in the comments, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons.